You know, I saw a wonderful comment on the channel yesterday about the Conservatives. It said, as they're in such dire straits, they should be forbidden to making any more rules or debating any more legislation in Parliament because they've already broken the place enough. I might respond to that comment later individually because it was marvellous. We've got this big problem, haven't we, in the English Channel? Loads and loads and loads of tiny boats coming over every day. Even a windy day like this, they'd probably have a go. We know what happens when they get here. We know if they get into trouble a couple of miles off the French coast, they're brought here anyway. And again, I'll state my position. We don't know who they are. Well, we don't know who they really are, where they've come from, what they're about, how old they are, and what they want to do once they get here. Yet they're welcome with open arms, I suppose. As a country, we are very welcoming, aren't we? Think of the cost. You've got all the operations in the Channel, and all the salaries, millions of pounds. All right, the RNLI guys are volunteers. Then you've got the processing facilities in Dover. I expect that costs hundreds of thousands of pounds to actually run. Then the salaries of the staff manning those operations. And you've got to think of the transport to move these people to Manston. Apparently there's loads of vacancies there for people, I'm led to believe. Jobs, that is. Then the hotels, bread and breakfast, old holiday camps or anywhere else they choose to put them. Again, millions of pounds every day. Then they get an allowance. I expect millions of pounds every day, even though they get a pittance. Housing, food, you name it, it's laid on. It costs the government absolute millions. Then you get the Rwanda deal. We know the Rwanda deal, don't we? What a cock-up. Basically, it's never going to work, is it? We know that. It's been thrown out. House of Lords has chucked it back a couple of times, and it's a big embarrassment. With all the lawyers getting involved and everything else, you have to wonder the cost of that. Millions of pounds, no doubt. So the bill for all of this is going up by quite a considerable amount. And not one aircraft has probably left for Rwanda, and if it has, you probably won't have a meaningful number of passengers on the damn thing. Now, that means they're here. They're not going anywhere, so what do you do? Well, Rishi Sunak had a good idea, didn't he? He thought, oh, I know, what if we blackmail them? What if we bribe them? Offer them a bung and say, well, if you leave of your own volition, we'll give you a few grand. I can't see that working either. But again, more of our money, our tax and everything thrown at this issue that has a solution to it. It's getting ridiculous, isn't it? It's getting farcical. I was reading that because of human rights laws and all the rest of it, they can't be sent back to where they've come from. I mean, they're apparently coming from war zones and all the rest of it. A small handful maybe, but I can't be convinced that that's true of all of them. So they won't send them back. They won't stop them landing. In fact, they encourage it and assist it. So then they want to get rid of them to Rwanda. They won't want to go, so they're going to pay them about £3,000 a head if they go. And the whole problem with the Rwanda deal, which they don't advertise, it's a reciprocal agreement. So if we give them some of ours, they give us some of theirs in return. Not solving the problem at all, is it? Well, let me know what you think in the comments. Here's another video of mine. It's just popped up now. Enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.